Well, I reckon I didn't have it too terrible as a young like most of these other fellas in here whose daddies was no-count drunkards and mamas was two big whores. See, my papa, God rest his soul, was a preacher man. He died when I was 11, but after that, Mama always worked 2 jobs, so I always had roof over our heads and victuals in the bellies, even in the hardest times. Now, the one thing I can say contributed to them things I done was them things J. Devin done to me. Now, I ain't trying to make no excuse to y'all. I done what I done, and Lord knows got to answer for it. But you see, J. Devin was my older brother by about 4 years. We was always real close, me and J. Devin, until he turned 15, and it was just always about girls this and girls that. Of course, J. Devin didn't have no girls of his own. He just had some of them naked girly picture books he used to keep under his pillow. He'd lay on his bed for hours just gawking at them pictures. Then he'd get under the covers and he'd grunt and groan and carry on like a turpentine cat. Every once in a while, I'd take me again and read some of them naked girly picture books. But at that age, I didn't see what they was to get so riled up about them. I'd be goddamned if they didn't rile up J. Devin. One night while he was doing all his goings on, he jumped out of his bed and he ripped off my covers and he pulled down my drawers and he done the Sodom thing to me. Now, I didn't like it, no sir, not one bit, so I run bawling and squawking into Mama's room to try to tell her what J. Devin done to me. But I didn't get no further than describing them naked girly picture books when Mama grabbed me by the shoulders and shook me and said that this was just God's punishment for my sins of looking at them nasty pictures. And then she slapped the P-Wadding out of me and commenced praying for the Lord to remove the demons from my body and soul, told me to ask Jesus for forgiveness and send me on back to bed. After that, a few nights, J. Devin to do that Sodom thing to me again, and after a while I didn't even feel him do nothing to my backside no more. I just lay there and tried to think about other things, sort of like I was flying airplanes in my head. Blessedly, the day after his 18th birthday, J. Devin got drafted into the Navy. He went off to the Pacific to fight the Japs. After the war, he just moved straight on to Ballad. The day he left for the service, I stopped going to school and started raising hell and drinking beer and smoking reefer and taking some of them white pills whenever I could eat them. Because you see, them things J. Devin done to me, why they put a fire in my head and my belly that I couldn't put out, not with all the hell raising and beer drinking and dope smoking and pill popping. And the day after my 18th birthday, I got busted trying to sell some reefer to an undercover state trooper, and the judge sentenced me to 6 years right here at Parchment Farm. Told me I should spend some time thinking about things. The day I paroled, I hitchhiked me to Biloxi. Went in the first bar I could find, beat me the holy hell out of about 4 sailor men until his buddy showed up, and then they whooped my ass and throwed me out on the street. I was laying in the gutter there, bleeding and thrown up. Some woman come up to me and she said, "This is God's punishment for your sins." And then she commenced praying for the Lord to remove the demons from my body and soul, and she told me to ask Jesus for forgiveness. Something just kind of snapped, as they always say, and now I know that is the God's honest truth. Sometimes something just snaps. Can't say that woman looked like my mama, or my mama's who I thought about when I done what I done to her. Well, anyways, after that, I just run straight across town to J. Devin's house. I reckon it's because for the first time since I was 11 years old, I could feel the fire in my head and belly start to go away. Now, I know all of y'all have read the police reports and you've seen the coroner inquest and you look at all them crime scene pictures that they showed in the trial. From all of that, you might get to reckoning that I was thinking about what J. Devin done to me in my own bed, those many years ago when I done what I done to him and to that poor innocent woman on that fateful night in Biloxi. I'll tell you the God's honest truth. I wasn't thinking about nothing. I was just flying airplanes. Just flying airplanes in my head.